Hello, my name is Jared Van Allen. I'm the Strategic Alliances Manager with Ventev. Ventev is a wireless infrastructure company providing everything that's actually required to deploy wireless networks. The way I like to put that with our typical customer is you can sell an access point or a radio, you can sell a controller, you can sell a switch, and you've only sold an angry customer. You need something or anything or a mixture of things that Ventev provides to actually deploy that network. We'll be talking a little bit about that today. Specifically, I handle the power systems as it's related to our designed power solutions involving some of the major network infrastructure manufacturers in conjunction with our designed solutions. Some of the problems that come into play with implementing wireless networks, of course, are associated with changes in legislative requirements, state and local level laws. Extreme weather, as we've seen with the last couple of weeks, has a devastating effect on especially remote networks. We have challenges associated with deteriorating infrastructure, so the availability of power, access for backhaul, et cetera, is not necessarily always what it should be. And safety and security continue to be a rising concern, not only in network infrastructure, but in the physical maintenance of those assets as well. In terms of the power provision for those remote network installations, these are typically critical networks, whether they're utilities or other organizations. They typically, when we become involved, do not have access to 24-hour power. And deployment costs and complexity of getting power and or network provision services to those locations can be cost prohibitive and very difficult in terms of identifying the correct equipment that needs to go on site, the qualified personnel, et cetera. And then in addition to that, as we all know, trenching for power and in some cases for backhaul methodology becomes prohibitively expensive. It costs a lot of money to run a little bit of power. What I'd like to do is just take a minute and allow the next presenter to discuss this slide with us.
Great, thank you, Jared. My name is Rodger Hyle, and I am the Senior Product Manager at Ventev for Power Systems. And I'm going to talk to you today about our solar power solutions that we've developed. And this is the primary way of being able to get power to a location where power doesn't exist today. So being able to deploy renewable energy offers a lot of flexibility and freedom to be able to deploy network solutions in areas where power doesn't exist. So, many people have asked us what we've done differently with the solar power systems that we have. And the answer, quite frankly, is not a lot. But what we've really concentrated on is making solar power simple. Our systems are fully deployable. They are complete turnkey solutions that include everything that's needed to be able to deploy at the site, and many times including PUE injectors and electronic equipment inside as well. But what we've been able to do is we looked at the entire country and we've developed solutions that can be deployed for devices that are 30 watts, that consume 60 watts or 90 watts. And that's the only thing that you really need to know in order to ensure that the solar power solution is going to work in that area. The traditional method is having to go through a very complex design process. But with the way that we've done it, these solutions work anywhere in the continental United States, and again can be used for any of those devices, if it's 30 watts, 60 watts, or 90 watts, or a combination thereof. So that's what we really seek. What our goal was to be able to make these as simple as possible. And what you can see in the picture to the left is actually a deployment that we did at Bouchine Winery, where that winery wanted to be able to put out sensors, specifically wanted to be able to cut water consumption. And because they were able to use sensors in the actual soil, they were able to save 25% of their water use by being able to have that networking solution in that particular area. And of course, no power existed, so they deployed the solar power solution to drive power for all of their networking equipment at that location.